An absolute cracker of a game. We have not won at the Anoeta in the league since 2007. Will tomorrow finally be the day that we break the unbreakable curse? We will have to wait and see. I think sitting here right now, we're in a fantastic position, and coming up, I'm going to be showing you why we should be very positive going into this game. All that and more coming up in the preview. It's Sociedad against Barca. As always guys, the preview video is coming to you courtesy of the OneFootball app. 91% of OneFootball app users believe that Barcelona will beat Real Sociedad at the Anoeta tomorrow. So app users on the OneFootball app very, very confident indeed of a Barcelona win. And also in my own poll on my YouTube community section, I asked for your guys' predictions ahead of tomorrow's game. And you are also in very, very confident mood. Thank you as always for getting involved with the voting. Only been up for an hour, so well done to all of you who did get involved. But the majority of you, 63%, believe that tomorrow we will win by 2+ goals. So very, very confident indeed. 31% of you believe that we'll win by 1 goal, 5% for the draw, and only 1% for a loss tomorrow at the Anoeta. The kickoff will be at 8:45 local time. Here is the time, as always, where you guys are in the world. We are the last game on that Sunday evening. And earlier on today, taking the pressure off us very, very slightly, Real Madrid with yet another disappointing performance, disappointing result in La Liga. They have lost today by 1-0 at the Bernabeu to Villarreal. A stunning chip from Pablo Fornals. Keylor Navas once again stranded. The ball goes over his head. Villarreal get all 3 points with just a few minutes left on the clock. An incredible victory for them at the Santiago Bernabeu. The woe goes on for Zinedine Zidane and Real Madrid. Also followed up then by Eibar against Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid winning that one by 1-0. Kevin Gamero with that goal. And Valencia also on the winning side on this Saturday. They beat Deportivo La Coruña by 2-1, which means they're now 8 points clear of Real Madrid in third. Atletico Madrid 10 points clear of Real Madrid. Real Madrid right now currently in a battle for 4th place. It is very safe to say that right now our only competitors are Atletico Madrid and possibly Valencia. Real Madrid right now are completely out of it. Losing today, they've been on terrible form of late. We destroyed them at the Bernabeu, and today's victory for Villarreal pretty much does end Real Madrid's title hopes. They are currently 16 points behind us, and if we win tomorrow, we can put 19 points between ourselves and Real Madrid. And if we win tomorrow, Real Madrid will be closer to relegation than they would be the top of the league table, and that is not a made-up fact. That is 100% true and 100% funny. However though, we cannot lose sight of Atletico Madrid. They're certainly there, they're certainly challenging. They've added Diego Costa, they've added Vitolo, and they are definitely a threat to us in the league. We cannot let our guard down. Real Madrid are not doing well. Valencia are still there or thereabouts, but Atletico Madrid very much challenging us right now. They're currently 6 points behind us in La Liga, but if we can win tomorrow, we can put that gap back to 9 points in the league, and that is something we have to do. But like I said at the start of the video, a win at the Anoeta will not be easy against Real Sociedad. It doesn't matter about form, it doesn't matter about how we're playing, how Sociedad are playing. It has always been a very, very difficult stadium to go to. It's always been that kind of eerie atmosphere inside the Anoeta. You all know it. Around the outside there's that running track. The fans are quite far back from the stadium, and it's just an eerie sort of atmosphere that we've always struggled with. We've always gone there no matter what kind of form we're in. We went with the Pep, we went with the Tito, and just somehow we cannot do it. We have not been able to break them down and win in the league since 2007. Our last 5 league meetings: November 2016, that was a 1-1 draw. April 2016, a 1-0 loss. January 2015, a 1-0 loss. February 2014, a 3-1 loss. January 2013, we lost 3-2 after blowing a 2-goal lead in that game. So really incredible results over the last 5 meetings at the Anoeta against Real Sociedad. And one thing that I've noticed from all of those defeats and all of those drop points, there is a constant theme. We do regularly concede the first goal against Sociedad, and a lot of the time as well, it's very, very early on. The loss in April 2016, Oyarzabal scores within 5 minutes. The loss in January 2015, Jordi Alba scores an own goal within just 2 minutes. Even in February 2014, Alex Song with another own goal, 30 minutes gone. In all of these games, we're conceding pretty early goals, we're going behind, and when you go behind, especially in a game like this, especially with that kind of record that we've got hanging over ourselves right now, it's so difficult to get yourself back in the game and get yourself ahead. So the most important thing tomorrow for us is starting the game game well, being confident, continuing our good form, and going there with the belief that we can end this run. We can do this. We won there in the Copa del Rey last season. We did that. We went there. We won. That was a psychological boost. But now we've got to go there in the league, continue our run under Valverde with the confidence that we have, believe that we can win, and get that first goal. If we get that first goal, you're half the way there. We can build on that. We just cannot afford to go there tomorrow and concede first, and most importantly, concede early. Go there and start the game well, and we're certainly getting ourselves in the right direction on the way to a potential massive victory. And I have to say, we are in a great moment to go there and play this game, because we are right now on sensational form, and I really do mean that. So far this season, we're unbeaten, we've been playing decent football, but in the last few weeks against Real Madrid just before the end of the year, following on now in 2018, we have been playing some sensational stuff. Valverde has got this team playing exactly like he wants now. People are starting to come back from injury. You've got Dembele back. People are starting to hit form. Andre Gomez has been good. You've got Messi and Suarez who are scoring goals and scoring them consistently. And you've got that stunning partnership between Messi and Jordi Alba, which really is blossoming right now. So we are certainly in a fantastic area and a fantastic mindset to go into this game, particularly after that first half performance in the week against Celta Vigo. We absolutely blew them to smithereens, and we can do the same to Sociedad. Believe it or not, we really can, because they are not in good form. They are in a real slump under Eusebio Sacristan. They started the season so well, they flew out the blocks, they were very confident, they were playing a good style of football, and at the start of the season, don't forget, they were, near the top of the table. They were challenging us for first place for a few weeks at the start of the season, but they have really plummeted in the last few weeks and months, and we need to build on that. We need to go there and expose that lack of confidence, that lack of belief right now, and like I say, this is the perfect game to go into this one and finally end this league curse at the Anoeta. And now I want to talk to you guys about starting lineups, and that is the really important thing in this game. Does Valverde sort of keep things very much the same? Does he keep the same sort of faces? Does he keep the same sort of formation? Does he change things? Does he make some surprise changes in this game? What does Valverde do going into this game? Let's just have a quick look at the squad that he's selected for this game. And Valverde, once again here, with that squad announcement, is making some really clear messages. Ter Stegen, Semedo, Piqué, Rakitic, Sergio, Denis Suarez, Andres Iniesta, Suarez, Messi, Dembele, Silicen, Mascherano, Paulinho, Alba, Digne, Sergio Roberto, Andre Gomez, and Thomas Vermaelen. So notable absentees from this squad. Once again Rafinha, once again Deulofeu, once again Alex Vidal. Mascherano, though, included in this squad. That's very interesting. In earlier's video, we expect him all to leave, but obviously it's not been done yet, and he is still in these squads and still very much a part of this team. Obviously Coutinho not in the squad, he's still injured. Yerry Mina only just joined. We're not going to throw him into a game like this. Our ninth played for Barcelona B today, so he is also not included, but clearly Valverde has it in his mind who he wants and who he certainly doesn't want. But I want to talk to you guys now about formations and about the personnel that should play in this game. And usually I come here and you guys know it, I show you a lineup that I think maybe we'll go with, or I show you a lineup that I think Valverde will go with. Today I'm going to come here and show you several different lineups, and I want you guys to tell me which one you would go with and why, because I personally cannot decide on what to go with here. Does Valverde A, go with exactly the same team that we lined up with, or very similar to that game in the week against Celta Vigo? Because you have to say it, in that first half, it is some of the best football that we have seen in years, literally in years. It was absolutely sensational. The passing, the crisp movement, the brilliant finishing, the cutting edge in the final third. It was absolutely majestic football at the Camp Nou against a very good team in Celta Vigo. So for that reason, should we name a very similar team, very similar shape, and take that team to the Anoeta to try and beat Sociedad? So what I mean by that is Semedo at right back, Jordi Alba at left back, and play with a wide four in midfield. You've got Iniesta to the left, you've got Gomez remaining in the team to the right, with Rakitic and Sergio Roberto anchoring that midfield and getting that element of control, with Messi and Suarez starting up front, with Dembele on the bench. Or do you go with a 4-3-3 formation and you go with Dembele from the start? You go with Suarez, you go with Messi, you go with Dembele, and then the midfield three is up to you. Obviously, Iniesta and Busquets. Do you play Rakitic? Do you play Gomez? Do you play Paulinho? And then the back four. Usually it's Roberto at right back. If we're going to go with a 4-3-3, that's what he will do. Alba, Vermaelen, and Gerard Piqué, and obviously Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. Or do you go with this lineup? Again, 4-4-2, but this time very slightly slightly different personnel. You've got Semedo at right back and you've got Roberto ahead of him in midfield, and then you go maybe with Busquets and Rakitic and Iniesta in midfield with Suarez and Messi once again up top. So you go with that 4-4-2, but this time you put Roberto in that midfield position instead of Gomez perhaps, and you put then Semedo at right back in that back four. Or the final one that you could go with, one that Valverde has gone with in the big games this season, you go 4-4-2 once again, but you put Paulinho in that role where he plays just behind Messi and Luis Suarez, in that sort of number 10 position, maybe slightly more withdrawn than that, but then you have the three behind him and you have that shape in midfield. When you're going forward, Paulinho will contribute. When you're going back, then we're a bit more defensive and possibly the football isn't quite as good. But that's what we've gone with in big away